This guy here, Jerry Lee Lewis, some of you may have a problem with. Many people have, actually. There are reasons not to like him. For example, he once slammed his car into the gates of Graceland with a gun on the dashboard and may have threatened to kill Elvis Presley. And then there was the time he fired a machine gun over the heads of a bunch of people to get them to wake up and party with him. But there are also plenty of reasons to like him, so let's try to keep this positive. He was, after all, one of the founding fathers of rock and roll.
Thank you very, very much.
One thing you may not know is that the Killer, which is what he called himself, quit rock and roll and went on to become one of country music's greatest singers. The Killer. You know, if you look at Jerry Lee long enough, that nickname takes on a whole new meaning.
Killer. He loved to perform.
Morris Tarp Tarrant spent about 15 years on the road with Jerry Lee, playing drums and occasionally pouring the drinks.
From 1961 up to 76, when I caught that armed robbery charge. If that hadn't happened, I'd have still been with him today. I remember a time we was coming from Fort Worth, Texas, going to Oklahoma City. We were 90 miles out, and we had a flat tire on that Lincoln limousine. We didn't have a jack or a new tire, so he told Cecil, our manager, get behind the wheel and drive this son of a bitch just as fast as it'll go all the way to Oklahoma City. Cecil said, Killer, I can't do that. It'll burn up the rim, it might catch the car on fire. Jerry said, I don't give a goddamn if it blows the whole car up. We got a show to make. This one we was making $200 or $300 a night, you know. All right, any of you motherfuckers that want to go with me do this show, better get your ass in the car, because I'm finna take this Lincoln to Oklahoma City. Well, he cranked it up. He said, Tarp, get over and pour drinks. I said, okay. And he drove that car just as fast as it would go. And the sparks was flying. You could smell it smoking. And when we got there, the club owner called the fire department to spray the car down because it was so red hot. And there was no rim there. There was no axle there. It was pretty crazy, actually. But he made the show.
Let me tell you something about Jerry Lee Lewis, ladies and gentlemen. I am a rock and rollin', country and western rhythm and blues singing mother.
He just knew he was the greatest, man, and he actually could back it up. My dad would even tell you that he was one of the most phenomenal piano players that there ever was.
Jerry Phillips' dad, Sam Phillips, signed Elvis Presley at Sun Records. He also signed Jerry Lee when he was just 21.
I mean, Elvis was a great entertainer, and I think he, would always be the king. But there's no doubt, had he not married his 13-year-old second cousin, he would probably been the king of rock and roll.
There's that. Might as well get to it now.
I was the 13-year-old child bride who was married to the wild, crazy man, Jerry Lee Lewis. My daddy, J.W. Brown, he played bass with Jerry, and Daddy's Jerry's first cousin.
We survived it. That's about the way it was.